So my husband made a comment about my body yesterday. I know many videos that start like that are probably going to be some sort of controversial, oh, he's in so much trouble, oh, he made me feel terrible, but no. It was a very interesting observation that is something that I have already known, but it was very validating to have an external party also tell me about this comment. And it all happened because I tried on a pair of pants. Where are they? They're actually right here. This pair of pants right here is from Target's athletic brand All in Motion, and it is just like their basic, like heavy, cozy athletic pant. They're like yoga pants. They're very stretchy, but like they feel a little bit thicker. Like they're a really great hardy material that I purchased because All in Motion was on sale for 30% off, okay? I purchased it in a size large, which is currently the size that most stretchy stuff is comfortable in for me right now. But I noticed something on their website that was really interesting and I'd never seen before, and there was a curvy fit option. So without hesitation, because I'm like, your girl's voluptuous, she's fabulous and a little bit curvy, we're going to buy the curvy one and see if it fits any better, if it, feels more comfortable, feels more right. And I put this pair of pants on. And it turns out that while it fit fine, like the waistband was fine, very supportive, a little control toppy, but not like in any sort of restrictive way, like actually really great. What was interesting to me is that I found the pants to be baggy in a couple of places that I'm not necessarily used to pants being baggy. And so I made a comment about it. I was like, right in the front, right by my hip flexors and like my hip bones. It was like a little bit bunchy, not in an uncomfortable way. I'm gonna keep the pants because they are quite comfortable to wear around the house in the evening. But I was like, am I not curvy enough to be considered a curvy girl? I mean, your girl has got curves. She's got the hip, thighs, and booty. She's got the boobs. She's got the hourglass shape. And I've got a little bit of the belly too. I'm a curvy girl, but apparently not curvy enough to actually be considered curvy and fit into at least what Target decided was a curvy fit jean or pant. And I just thought that was an interesting observation. So as I was talking about it, like later on in the evening, I was kind of like leaning towards the counter or something, talking to my in-laws. My husband looked at me and he goes, "Your body is smaller though than it was before, well, isn't it?" And I was like, well, yeah, my body, a couple inches have changed, but yeah. He goes, no, but like even since the summer, like you've lost weight since the summer. And my comment back was, well, my weight hasn't really changed, but yes, I have lost inches. And then it dawned on me what he said. You have lost weight since the summer. When did I start intuitively eating? Y'all, when did I give up dieting? When did I break free from tracking and decide that, you know what? We're going to take a whole different approach to this health and eating journey. And we are going to worry less about the number on the scale. We're going to ditch the concept of calorie restriction and tracking and just listen to my body a little bit more. Summer was literally when it started. And he noticed, he goes like, even in your face. But like in your body, he goes, you really haven't lost much weight? Because you look smaller since summer. And I was like, well, thank you. Thank you very much. And it was just a very validating, it was a very validating statement, which made me feel good, especially since Aunt Flo is due in about 4 days. And so I'm not exactly feeling smaller, if you catch my drift. But it was a really interesting thing. So first of all, if you try the curvy fit pant from Target, be aware that it does in fact fit differently than their normal athletic pants, which is good because it should if it's being differentiated as a stylistic or cut choice, but your body may or may not be ready for it. I don't know. I'm somewhere in between. I'm like curvy minus, or like I'm half size. I'm like little curves, like little wavy. I'm wavy, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But I thought that was really interesting. But it was also really gratifying to hear, like, yes, since you've given up tracking, since I have been deliberately, like while I was deliberately restricting and dieting and wondering why I kept failing over and over and over and over again, I've toned up. My body is responding in such a way that is what I want it to be doing. And it is without dieting. And that feels very good. On that note, hello, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you're here. If you don't know me, my name is Brianna and I'm the diva behind Diva and the Divine. Thanks for clicking on my video. I'm really excited to hang out with you today. So, oh, by the way, P.S., I'm in Florida. If you haven't figured that out by the difference in my background, this is our current bedroom situation. You're going to be seeing quite a bit of this bedroom in some way, shape, or form over the next couple of weeks. Bear with me as I figure out what content to create and when and how. But today I'm just doing a little bit of a basic kind of chit-chatty type vlog with you today. I do want to share with you what I am eating in a day intuitively and kind of a little bit of what that means. Now, to be completely fair, I have already consumed 2 of my 3 meals today, or 4 or 5, however many times I decide to eat. But I did in fact film for you what I consumed. And now, of course, I'm just remembering that I was warming up coffee while I was eating lunch. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my afternoon cup of coffee. Okay, coffee in hand. Now we can have a conversation. So I thought I would share with you today what I am eating and how, in some respect, I am eating intuitively. So here's what I had for breakfast. Here is my breakfast. Even though I'm in Florida, it looks eerily similar to things that I make at home, right? I try and keep my habits and what I eat as consistent as possible. So this is an egg fold over. What it is 2 eggs, a splash of egg whites, oregano and garlic powder with, what did I put in here? Feta cheese and Canadian bacon, with an Olay high fiber wrap because I love getting my fiber in the morning. And then to add some extra fat and some extra satiety, and avocado is just, a superfood, like the most super of all superfoods. I have this with some everything bagel seasoning. I'm gonna mix it up and then I'm gonna spread it on top as I eat the egg fold over. I ate this yesterday and it kept me full for hours. So that's the plan again today. It was so good and it was so satisfying. I love an egg fold over with a high fiber wrap paired with extra fat. The avocado just takes it to a next level. Why? Because it's really, really important that you structure your meals most of the time. Obviously, use a little nuance. We're allowed to have food freedom. If you want to have ice cream for lunch because there's a really great ice cream place somewhere, by all means have ice cream for lunch. But generally speaking, the rule is we nourish our bodies, right? That is one of the principles of intuitive eating, nourishing your body with gentle nutrition. And I strive to do that at as many meals as I possibly can. So the combination of protein that is found in the eggs, the splash of egg whites, the little bit of the cheese, and there is some protein in the wrap as well. So you can remember, get components from not just the primary protein component, but a lot of heartier breads also contain protein. There are grains out there that also contain protein, things of that nature. So make sure you're paying attention. But you want to have protein. You want to have carbs that also have fiber in them. They don't all have to be fiber, but having a nice amount of fiber, especially first thing in the morning, is a really great way to start your day off right. To start your day off with balanced nutrition that's going to fuel you and sustain you throughout the day. And then you want to add some fat on top of it. I love spreading some avocado, my little avocado cups, on top of my egg foldovers because it adds such a nourishing and satisfying source of healthy fat to my meal. So this meal satisfied me. It was around 9:30 when I sat down to eat, and I just finished eating lunch now at 2:30, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So it was about 4.5 hours between my meals. And I went and I ate lunch because I knew I had a lot of stuff I had to do. So I was reasonably hungry. I had a light rumble in my tummy. I was hungry enough and I was like, okay, I'm going to have lunch now. Here is what I had for lunch. I'm in Florida. I happened to leave behind some of my high protein Western bagels in my in-laws' house. So we busted those out of the freezer. I thawed them out and I have been having my favorite sandwich of all time, which is a take on the Einstein Brothers Bagels Tasty Turkey Sandwich, which means it is made with onion and chive cream cheese as the condiment. It's got cheese on there, it's got a layer of cucumber slices on there, and then it's got turkey, although I'm actually using deli chicken meat because that's the meat that my husband wanted in the house, so that's what we ordered. And with this high protein bagel, the bagel had like 7 grams of fiber and 19 grams of protein. Or was it 4 grams of fiber and 19 grams of protein? Either way, it doesn't matter. It had 19 grams of protein in the carb. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And then you've got the meat, and then you've got the cheese, and the cream cheese was full fat Tillamook, and it was just, it was dreamy. It was dreamy. And then I brought the bag over. It's funny because I have reverted back to ways that in the dieting world you wouldn't do. Remember how it was never eat out of the bag. Always plate your serving. Well, now I eat out of the bag because what if I want less than what I would have plated on the plate? Because as soon as I put something on the plate, I feel compelled to eat it all. And that is something I am personally still working on. Yesterday, I left behind a single bite of my breakfast sandwich and I threw it away rather than eating it. And I was so proud of the self-control that I had exhibited. And it was just a muscle that I have to use again and again and again to get used to. But now that I eat out of the bags, I'm able to stop whenever I'm like, okay, I've had enough. I'm done. And I don't know how much it was. I don't know if it was more or less than I would have plated, but in between a couple bites, I'd take a couple pieces of this Smart Food popcorn and it was delightful. It was my chip. And then you saw I also had 3 little mini bites of chocolate, a mini Snickers, a mini Cadbury, and like a mini Cadbury egg twist. I don't know. My mother-in-law keeps a whole bunch of random chocolate in her refrigerator. Do you refrigerate your chocolate or no? My mother-in-law puts every bit of chocolate she ever obtains in the refrigerator or freezer. And while it's good on occasion, it drives me bonkers. Because what if I want room temperature chocolate? Normal chocolate? No, can't find that here. I literally have to like scour and hide the chocolate that I want. Be like, please don't put this in the fridge. I would like room temperature chocolate. Thank you. Are you a refrigerated chocolate or room temperature chocolate person? Let me know in the comments below. But I also had those 3 little bites and then I came back in here and I was like, okay, time to film content, time to talk to you, my friend. And I acknowledge, I was like, now that I'm thinking about it though, I'm like, I'm not even over full. I am full. I am probably a 6.5 on the hunger scale of 1 through 10, with 5 being completely neutral, neither hungry nor full. And I'm good with that because I also acknowledged that in the general arc of my meals for the day, I find that I actually do a great job when lunch tends to be my largest meal of the day. It is enough where as long as I eat energizing foods, it is enough where the energy is going to sustain me through the rest of the day and it will keep me full all the way to dinner time, whether that be at 5 o'clock, 6:30, or sometimes here it's even 7:30. It gives my body the opportunity to use the energy that the larger meal provides rather than storing it as fat later. And I can have a smaller dinner, which is better for the body overall. Going to bed with a lot of food in your system is not ideal for the biological processes that your body has to do at night. So eating less and stopping eating a couple hours before you go to bed, not for diet purposes, but literally just for biological function purposes, is in fact advised, and it's something that my husband and I are both trying really hard to do. So by eating my bigger meal at lunch and allowing my body to use that throughout the rest of the day, I am then comfortable eating a smaller dinner, which is soup tonight, but you'll see that later. And I can have a little bit of dessert as well. And that makes me feel very balanced. And today I have been feeling really good and really energized and really balanced, which feels great because I haven't felt that way in a really long time, y'all. Really long time. So all that to say, that's what I've eaten so far today. I've eaten when I've been mostly hungry and I have stopped when I've been mostly satisfied. Like I said, I felt like I overdid it just a little bit, but now that I'm sitting here assessing about 10 minutes later, I'm like, nope, actually that was the right amount of food, which is great. It's telling me that I'm learning how to listen to those hunger signals. And what I want to make really clear is that this journey that I'm on, which I've been on since July, that's less than a year. That's not a whole lot of time. I still am going to require weeks, months, if not years, to try and figure out exactly how my body works and responds and my signals. And some days will be better at eating intuitively than others. It's just the ebb and flow of life and the ebb and flow of the journey, and that is okay. So that's where I'm at with that. I did film like beginning pieces of a morning montage. And it was, my normal, like, let me go get my coffee and let me walk to the place where I'm going to go and do my morning reading. And then no joke, I sit down to do my morning reading. And then Gracie comes into the living room and hops on the couch and is really struggling to settle. No joke, 60 seconds after I stopped filming this one clip that you are seeing right now, all of a sudden she makes this coughing awful sound. And I was like, wow, Gracie, that was a gross sound. And then 10 seconds after that, she throws up on the couch. throws up on the couch. And I was like, oh, this is not how I wanted to start my day. So the whole me filming the rest of the morning montage, that went out the window because I had to clean up dog bile vomit from not just the couch, oh no, but she runs into the family room and proceeds to throw up on the carpet in there as well. So cheers to having a dog whose digestive system has been out of whack. I'm not convinced she's eaten enough in the last like 3 days, but and now she just throws up. I'm like, I don't, ugh, whatever, ugh. And now she's just, look at her now. Look at her now. She's been barking at the people that have been working on the house all day. So she's exhausted because she's been barked out. So that's where I'm at, my friends. Talk to you in a bit. Did I fail to vlog the rest of the day? You bet I did. You friggin' bet I did. And I didn't even realize it until this morning. I didn't even realize it until I sat down at my computer to open it up and do some work and be like, oh, I have to finish with the video that I'm currently uploading. And then I went, wait, what about the other video I was filming yesterday? You know what you didn't do, Brianna? Finish showing them what you ate intuitively yesterday. So I don't have any video footage of it, which is actually fine because do you know what it was? It was a 2-cup serving. And how do I know it was 2 cups? Not because I measured it, but because we literally store the soup in measured Pyrex containers. So we have a bunch of 2-cup Pyrex containers, and when my husband puts the food away, he puts them into pre-portioned 2-cup containers so we don't have to dirty an additional bowl when we go to have the dinner. So we just take out the whole glass container, pop the lid off, microwave the whole thing, and bam, we have a bowl of soup. So that's how I knew it was a 2-cup serving of this soup. So it was the Emily Bites creamy chicken soup. Shocker to nobody because I've made it at least twice, maybe 3 times already this winter season. And I made it here and everybody loved it. So, and of course I made a big pot of it. So we had leftovers of that. I ate that when I was hungry. It was about 6:45, I think it was. And then when I was done with my Harry Potter book club, which y'all, can we talk about, and I mean, I don't actually need to talk about it because anybody who's a Harry Potter fan knows that the books are so much better than the movies. And don't get me wrong, I love the movies. I love the Harry Potter movies. I adore them. And I don't think they're bad. But after you watch the movies and then you go back and you read the books, you go, oh my gosh. There are so many important details left out of this book. And Prisoner of Azkaban, which is book 3 for those keeping track, is one of my favorite Harry Potter books, if not my favorite Harry Potter book. P.S. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite Harry Potter book? I would love to know. The details that they left out of the movie, like Crookshanks, interesting, right? And also, like, spoiler alert for those that are, for whatever reason, haven't read Harry Potter or seen the movies or done both or whatever. But you know how in the Harry Potter movies with the whole time turner thing, they, you know, the future them, which is really them from the future, but in the past, throws the stone through the window to get their attention so they leave in time so they don't get caught. And then remember how Hermione howls to get the werewolf to go away? None of that happens in the book. They wrote it into the movie. None of it happens in the book. Anyway, I digress. I could go on about Harry Potter for hours. Hours! Anyway, so after my Harry Potter book club meeting, which was wonderful, I come out and my father-in-law was at an event and brought home key lime pie from the event. And I made a decision that I was very, very proud of. All of the leftovers of this pie were in different size slices. And I opened it up and the most convenient slice to get to was this long, skinny slice. And I was like, oh, I kind of wish do I go rummaging for a size that more suits the appetite of my eyeballs? And I decided, no. Brianna, you're gonna take the smaller piece and you're going to start there. And then you can decide whether or not you go back for extra. And wouldn't you know it, I don't know why I'm surprised because it happens every single time, I was satisfied. I ate the dessert and it was, 6 bites of pie, whatever. I savored every bite of it. It was delicious. And I went, you don't need any more. That was satisfying. You had your dessert. You are done eating for the day. You're welcome. And I walked away from the pie and it was done. And so that's all I had today. And that was like my most intuitive moment, I feel like, of the day, because me and sweets, y'all. So I want to tell you a little bit about my intention for today. Today is Friday. My intention for today, as it comes to eating, is just take less. Start with less. No, this isn't a dieting tactic for those of you who be like, oh, you're restricting. Oh, you're restricting. Some of you might be in the mindset of, oh, that is restricting. But there's a very, very big difference. There's a very big difference. And a reason why what I'm doing is not restricting, right? I have full permission to go back for more. It's not like if I finish my small amount and I'm still hungry, I don't get to eat more. But my thing that I have to work on personally is listening to my hunger and listening to my fullness. I'm literally sitting here actively as we speak in real time with a craving. I want the perfect bar that is sitting in the refrigerator right now. It's a cookie dough, or it's a chocolate chip perfect bar. I bought perfect bars because they were on sale. I love them. They're delightful. I want the freaking perfect bar, okay? And I went out, and at one point I had it in my hand with the intention of bringing you back to this room to munch on while I was working. And then as I filled up my water bottle, I looked at the bar and I was like, I'm not actually hungry. My brain thinks I am. My brain is sitting there going, well, your stomach isn't completely full, therefore you must be hungry. And that's not true. Hunger is on a scale. And if I want to start being more intentional about how I eat as it pertains to my hunger signals, I have to know that the slight feeling of being not entirely full is not hunger. It's not my hunger. And if I want to be able to fully engage in and enjoy meals, bigger meals, nourishing, balanced meals, but that deliver a substantial amount of calories, I can't just keep munching every time I'm not full. I have to wait for hunger. I have to welcome hunger, and I have to sit in it. And I don't have to eat every time that there's this little impulse. So I put the perfect bar away. I haven't eaten it yet. It may or may not be my lunch. Maybe I'll opt for the perfect bar instead of a real lunch today, and that's perfectly okay. But that's my intention for the day. I made a little bit less food this morning for breakfast. I'm gonna have a little less food for lunch. Instead of, you saw I had like the bag of popcorn, and then I had like the 3 little pieces of candy. Why don't I have one? Why don't I just have one? And then if I really feel compelled to have more because I'm still actually hungry and there's more chocolate, I can have more. That's fine. But that's my intention for today, and that's my intention for the rest of this weekend and for next week and for forever. But we got to start one day at a time, because in this intuitive eating journey, that is probably one of the places that I struggle the most. And on an intuitive eating journey, everybody's going to struggle at different points and with different principles and at different levels. And that's okay, because your journey is yours and my journey is mine. And all I can share on here is my journey. So that's a wrap. That's what's happening. This was a look into a day in my life and my mind, evidently, intuitively eating. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to keep watching my channel, which why wouldn't you? Here's another video suggestion for you. Go ahead and take a look, and I will talk to you all later. Thanks for being here. Bye.